So my boy recently joined the Scouts, and it's time to make a Pinewood Derby car. Something every woodworker should look forward to. Now, you might be wondering, what design did my boy go with? Well, it wasn't a race car, not some sort of sports car. It wasn't some odd looking thing that can just go down the track as fast as possible. What my boy chose was a Dodge Ram. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is attach our image that I've condensed down to fit into this block of wood. But one thing I noticed was the axles don't line up with the picture. But if I flip the block over, it looks like they line up a little better. The front wheel does exactly, the rear wheel's only off a little bit. So I think I'm just going to run the block backwards. I think a thin layer of glue would be plenty. Okay, let's see if we can line this up pretty good. Time to rough out the profile on the bandsaw. Okay, so I've got the shape roughed out. Now it's time to do some sanding. And here we go after a bit of sanding. I must say, I don't think it looks too bad. Okay, now we got to start working on some of the more profiled stuff like the grille and the headlights. Okay, here we go. I need to just remove some of this material above the headlights and a little bit of material on the hood, and then I'm going to have to carve out these dark areas here. I think I'm just going to carve most of this, the headlight part that is, with a knife. Okay, I just sharpened my chisel, so let's go ahead and use that for this next side here. I think the knife just wasn't cutting accurately enough. So we will use a chisel and just slowly carve things away. Here we go. I think I've got the hood defined. Now it's time to start working on the grill. Okay, I think I'll use the Dremel to clear out the grill. I've tried to use the chisel, but it's just too blunt. But I've got this really nice tiny carving tool, and I think that'll do just right. Okay, so the grill didn't come out too perfect, but that's the extent of my carving skills. Anyway, now I think what we need to do, we need to taper the sides of the windows, so I'm going to use my sander for that. Okay, so I think the last thing I need to do with this, I've already removed the paper, I need to carve out the bed. I think I'll just use the chisel for that. After a lot of chiseling and chopping, I think we've got the bed of the truck almost done. I just want to see if I can smooth it out with a wider chisel here. Okay, this end grain on the end of the bed there, it's a little too weak. I mean, it cracked while I was working on it, and yeah, it just came apart. So I think I'm going to replace it with some long grain. Okay, here we go. Cut a little long grain piece. And I shaped it down. Now I just need to glue it in there and then sand it smooth. Okay, my boy chose blue for the color, so I got some gloss enamel here. And first I'll paint the bottom, then put it on these little spikes I got here to paint the top. And you may wonder why I don't have him doing any of this work. Well, he's only 5 years old, so I don't trust him with sharp objects or with spray paint even. time to polish the axles. Okay, a bit of jeweler's rouge rubbed into the edge of some leather. Let's see if we can get this thing to a polish. Okay, so here we have the before and after. The top is the after, the bottom is before. You can see the bottom has those manufacturing wings off to the side, and the top is nice and polished. You can even see the shaft in the head of the screw there, well, the head of that nail. Okay, it's time to weigh everything up. And how about these little weights here? Anyway, I got it up to about 4.8. Now I could add another little bit of weight and get it up to 4.9, but we're going to be adding a little bit more paint to this, so I think I'll hold off on that for now. But what I do want to do is glue these into the bed, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I've scraped some of the paint out of the bottom, hopefully to give the glue something to stick to. So let's go ahead and throw in some glue. Now, I'm just going to kind of lay these two in here for now. Make sure they're good and glued together. And then, I'm going to add on these two little ones on the top. Okay, buddy, here's what we're going to do. We're going to smooth that out a little bit. Now we want to keep it pointy, okay, because we're trying to get it down inside. We don't want to get it smeared around it. We want to keep it inside. Do you think you can do that? So we get a little bit of paint on the front. And I'm just trying to keep it in there. Well, keep it clean. And if you get anything on the outside, we'll just wipe it off with a paper towel. And if you need more paint, just get a little tiny bit in there. Yeah, let me see.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you might have to paint over some blue, huh? Yeah, put some more paint on it for you. And it's not a crime to have a silver bumper. You can have a silver bumper if you want. Painting the windshield. There it is. Okay, so here's our finished product. You can see we got a nice shiny grille with some yellow headlights, white windows, some gold conduit, some red tail lights. Okay, now it's time to add some cool flame details on the side. I just printed off a generic image I found on the internet onto some labels and cut it out with a razor and then just stuck it straight to this. And that'll make for a nice mask to be able to easily paint that, because there's no way I could control a brush that accurately. Okay, now let's just put yellow at the very beginning here. And we'll put it at the beginning here. And let's just do this. Well, I do believe the red is overpowering the yellow. Okay, so we can see the one side looks like it turned out fairly decent, but the other side kind of looks like a mess. Now it's time to put on some graphite. So, I've got my little graphite paintbrush and my little pouch of graphite. So let's see how hard this is going to be. Oop, too much. Okay, we've got them graphited up. Let's go ahead and attach them. Now I've never done this before, so I'm assuming we just kind of put it on there and tap them in. And the last thing we got to check is to make sure we're not overweight. Okay, 4.7 is less than 5, so that's legal weight. I'm going to see if they got some stick-on weights when we get there. Maybe I can get it up to 5 ounces and give it a little bit better chance. But as far as it goes, this is now done.
Okay, now go ahead and go down to the other end of the track. Go around the tape. Go ahead and around the tape and all the way down to the end. So you can get your car when it races. Okay? Gotta be fast. Okay? Are you ready? Do we have a green light, Weeblos? Alright, first race. You guys ready?
Go!
Oh, look at that. Boom. Here is the end result. He managed to take, let's see here, second place for overall speed and first place for most realistic. Not too bad.